Hey everybody, Thacia here with Legacy of Light in conjunction with One Love Wellness Center here in Menasha, Wisconsin, coming to you for one of my 365 days from my heart to yours. And again today, guess what I'm going to read from? We got Mark Nepo. Yeah, this dude is just on fire. As I said from yesterday's video, I could do the whole year on this. I do like to switch it up, but I thought this one just needed to be done today. So, it says, for what are we saving? If the love I have isn't working, what good is money? So often we put externals first, out of worry, out of fear, out of obligation. We think we're being good Puritans by saying no to what stirs us. In the 60s, the well-known psychologist Abraham Maslow conceived a hierarchy of needs, in which he established that human beings must provide for basic physical needs, such as food and shelter, before they can attend to inner needs, such as self-esteem and right relationship. While this is in part true, I believe there is a dimension of inner life that is imperative and equivalent as food and shelter. Without the fulfillment of these basic inner needs, we are just fed and sheltered bodies, void of life. So if we're not caring for our heart, if we're not caring for all of us, if we're just caring for the body and the mind, and these, basic needs just to survive. It's these survival needs. Then we're just bodies void of life. Without love, truth, and compassion, all the comforts of modern life don't matter. Because we are simply reduced to biological machines, not even as present as animals. Without this understanding, we often defer the risk to love. I need to establish myself before I can get involved. I need nice clothes first. I need to become physically desirable first. I'll eliminate all my problems first. We also defer love once it's before us, under the guise of safeguarding our future. I won't call long distance now, because I'll need money when I retire. I won't meet them at the concert now, because I'll need money for a new car in 6 years. I can't afford to enter counseling with my partner because we need storm windows. Certainly, we have to balance and make choices. But with no love in the house, there is no need for storm windows. Because without that love, the storms are going to come through and destroy it all anyways. Because there's no love to bind you, to keep you together, to show you really why you're here. So without love, all this external stuff means nothing. And, so I just popped into my mind, places on this earth where they are so poor, in these, what we call third world countries. They are so poor, and yet they're happier than most people here. Or in first world countries where we have everything, we have all this stuff, we have, these basic needs are met beyond. But those people are happier because they have the love. They have the love of the people that are around them. They have the love of this community that they share. And so even though they don't have the basic needs, they have love, and that's what is sustaining them and keeping them going. Because it's almost as if it's, you know, we sometimes think that we are individuals, and that is like a perfect example of, you know, oneness, connectedness to this community. Because when they have, you know, maybe they have a good harvest, they share in that. And then maybe there's a drought, they share in that. They're all in the same place. And I think sometimes we get disconnected from that, and that's what keeps us from knowing this happiness and knowing this joy. And you know, we try to think of all the things, you know, that we'll need in order to get to this place, and then we'll have love. But it has to start in here first. It has to start before it becomes into your existence. So it won't matter if you have the storm windows, if there's no love. If there's no love in that foundation, the rest doesn't matter. So when I fall ill, or when I was ill, I faced the very real possibility of dying. And suddenly, the little money I'd saved, however prudent I was, didn't matter. It was all worthless. It became immediately clear that the only true purpose of money was to help make love work. I will read that again. It became immediately clear that the only true purpose of money was to help make love work. When ill, I didn't hesitate to make all those long distance calls I always put off. I met friends at concerts and bought albums and sent flowers instead of waiting for the perfect occasion. I bought plane tickets to the Caribbean for my wife and my dearest friends, and we went. Once well, I couldn't go back to deferring my life under the guise of saving. I still save some, but now I feel compelled to use whatever money I can afford to make love work. To bring truth into being. To allow generosity and compassion to flourish. This is more than altruistic. It is necessary to be fully alive. It's part of the wood that keeps the inner fire burning. I am now forced to ask, beyond rent and health insurance, for what are we saving? If the love we have is not brought to life out here in the world, we risk saving for a future that may never come for that. Or in fact, may find us just ghosts of spirit, unable to live it because we've squandered our chances to love along the way. So I urge you to move out of that lack mentality, to move out of that survival mentality. Because money is just a vibration. And how you become aligned with that vibration of money is love. You know, that old saying, money is the root of all evil, is BS. I'd venture to say, you know, our little monkey minds have something to do with that root. It is not money. And maybe we need to change our perception of money. How do you feel about money? Do you love money? Does money love you? Do you want to be in alignment with money? Are you willing? Are you willing to let go of the attachments that are keeping you from being in alignment with the vibration of money? You can come up with all these excuses, and that's perfectly fine. But are you ready? Are you ready to be done with that? Are you ready to be the same vibration as money, the same vibration as love, the same vibration as joy? All it takes is our willingness to see why we had these old patterns in place before, why we thought they were serving us. Not everybody comes to this, the point in their lives where they may die, the realization point where, he was gonna die. So what was he saving for? If I'm gonna die, what am I saving this for? Really? And that's getting out of that lack mentality. Because we don't have to stay there. We can choose to, by our willingness. We really are in control. We are the creators. And maybe control isn't the right word. We are allowing our lives to flow. And we are the creators. We are the magicians that can change things if you're willing. Are you willing? And once you get to that point, then, like he said, you can't go back. I couldn't go back to deferring my life under the guise of saving. I'm not going to do this because I'm saving. What are you saving for? And it's all, you can keep going with excuses for yourself. I know, saying that out loud sounds a little harsh, but it's not, because we all do it. We all make these up no matter where we're at. And instead of saying I can't, try this on for a while and see, how that changes your perception. So every time you want to say I can't, say I choose not to. And see, how that goes. And just, it really helps you change your perception and to realize that you are the creator. Like, I can't afford this. I choose not to afford this. Why? And then you can ask yourself, why do I choose not to afford that? What's stopping me from affording that? And then, you can also, I'm willing to be in alignment with the vibration of money. I am willing to see why I have put these patterns in place that have blocked me from the vibration of money. And don't judge, just allow it to come in. And it may not all come in at once, and you can ask, please do not flood me full of all the things that are blocking me, Be gentle. And, sometimes I feel like on my journey, I've not asked for gentleness. And, I've been like, holy shit, this is a lot to deal with. but it's okay, and you'll get through it no matter. But we can always ask, like, okay, let's slow down, because there is a progression, there is a step, like I've said, to get from A to Z. There's all these, steps of progression in between, and that really helps you here on the earth plane to experience things, and it's not so overwhelming, and do it with ease. So I'm willing to be in alignment with the vibration of money, and I'm willing to look at the patterns, and I'm willing to let go of my attachments to those patterns. I am willing. And I have found, for me, just that statement, I am willing. Because that it not only means that this is what I want. You're saying, I allow this to happen. Because I know that I'm the creator. So I am allowing it, and I am saying, yes, this is what's happening. I am willing this into existence. And that is just, it's super powerful. And I found it powerful, and I have found it healing and full of love. So do you want to be in that alignment with the vibration of money? Because you can be. It is just really your choice. It really is. And as I said before, we can come up with all these excuses of why we can't or why we choose not to. Well, I can't because of this. I can't because of this. Well, I choose not to because of this. I choose not to because of this. I choose not to because, whatever the reasoning, because I'm making so much at my job. I choose not to because of this. Well, what can put me in that alignment where I can choose to have the same vibration as money? What can I choose? Please put those things in my path so I can allow these to leave. And when you're saying I am willing, you're creating space for that to come in, because you're willing to let go of all these things that you've attached yourself to. Oh, here's an attachment, there's one. When you're saying I'm willing, you're willing to let go of those attachments, and then you're creating space so that vibration can actually come in. Because if we don't create the space, it's never going to have room to come in, because we've filled it up with enough things. So now we're creating space and allowing it to come into our lives, and to come into our existence, to come into our divine expression. And just, take it one step at a time. I know we would all love to be, poor, and then the millionaire stories, like I had nothing and suddenly I had it all. It's, those are rare, and that's okay. Sometimes it just, like I said, it takes those steps. Maybe you're halfway through the alphabet. Maybe you're 3/4. You're almost there. Maybe you're starting at the beginning. And that's okay. Just know that once you put yourself on the trajectory, it will come. It will come. I am willing, it will come. And just, you know, be allowing for whatever happens, and don't, you know, have certain ways that you think it can only happen, because then you're just blocking that, you know, from actually happening. All right. Well, I think that is all. So be the vibration of money. And stop saving for things that may never come. And remember that love is the foundation of everything. And when you have love as the foundation, everything else is able to flow. Okay. Remember also that, as you know, I've said many times, you are eternally adored and loved for just being you. Have a fantastic day or evening or whatever time it is when you're watching this.